So now we are going to start with origin of quantum mechanics, and this is lecture 1. So according to Max Planck, radiation is emitted and absorbed in quanta of energy, or you can say in packets of energy or bundles of energy. Einstein, he extended this postulate by stating that radiation is not only emitted and absorbed in quanta of energy, but it propagates also in this manner only. A quantum of radiation, it is called as a photon. Now, if we consider nu as the frequency of radiation, the energy of each photon of that radiation is given by E, it is equals to h nu. So basically, you have to remember is energy of photon, it is given by E, it is equals to h nu. Planck's postulate gradually led to quantum mechanics. It formed the foundation stone of the subject. So there are certain phenomenon like interference, diffraction, polarization, and so on, which we can explain with the help of when we consider the wave nature of light. But there are certain effects like discrete nature of atomic spectrum, photoelectric effect, relative intensities of spectral lines, electron diffraction, etc., which could not be explained classically, and for that you need to take the help of quantum mechanics. Now, let us talk about black body spectrum. So, when a radiation falls on a body, a part of it is reflected, some of it absorbed, and the rest is transmitted. The fraction of radiant energy absorbed by a body to the total, that is called as its coefficient of absorption. So basically, coefficient of absorption, it is the ratio of energy which is absorbed to the energy which is incident. In the similar fashion, we can define the coefficient of transmission and coefficient of reflection. Coefficient of transmission, it is the fraction of radiant energy transmitted, and coefficient of reflection, again it is the ratio of energy which is reflected to the energy which is incident. So we have three coefficients: coefficient of absorption, coefficient of reflection, coefficient of transmission. And if we take the sum of these three coefficients, a plus r plus t, it is equals to 1. Now when we take the case of perfectly black body, for perfectly black body, we know that it absorbs all the wavelengths which fall on it. So that means a, it is equals to 1. There is no reflection, there is no transmission, so therefore r will be 0, t will be 0 for all wavelengths. So a black body thus absorbs all wavelengths that fall on it at all temperatures. Suppose we want to use a black body for experimental purpose. So how we can have a black body? So for the purpose of experimentation in the laboratory, a black body can be approximated by a hollow cavity with a very small hole leading to its interior. This cavity is coated with lamp black or platinum black from inside for quick absorption of radiation, and the outer surface of that cavity, it is polished with nickel to make the cavity impervious to heat. The size of the hole can be adjusted using a diaphragm. So here you can see there is a small opening here. In this particular board there is a small opening here, yeah, and otherwise it is a hollow cavity. And this is called, this is circular hollow cavity or circular hollow black body which we have, that is Fairy's black body. Any radiation that enters the cavity undergoes multiple absorptions and reflections by the walls of the cavity till it is completely absorbed. So see, suppose light is incident on this and the absorption was only 98%. Now here getting reflected, the whatever 2% is left, that is getting reflected again, that will get absorbed. So there are multiple reflections and multiple absorptions. So that is how there will be 100% absorption. So the radiation of any wavelength entering a cavity gets trapped into a cavity and finally absorbed. The cavity walls are constantly emitting and absorbing radiation, and a state of equilibrium between the two processes is reached. Blackbody radiation that emerges from the hole of blackbody cavity provides the sample for study. Study of black body spectrum. In the study of optical spectrum using a spectrometer, we need a collimator. So to collimate the radiation from the source, so we have a radiation from the black body. Here we are using a slit to collimate the beam, and a prism to disperse the collimated beam, and a telescope to receive the study the dispersed beam. Okay, so this is the arrangement. Here we have used two concave mirrors, also C1 and C2. In the study of spectrum of black body radiation, the radiation from the black body cavity is collimated using slit S1 and concave mirror C1. The material of the prism here, which we will choose in such a way that it is in the particular wavelength range. The dispersed beam is directed to the receiver using a concave mirror C2 and slit S2. The receiving element may be bolometer or a radio micrometer or a linear thermopile. And then by rotating the prism, the range of wavelengths reaching the receiving element can be varied. So basically here what you are doing, you are just changing or rotating the prism so that wavelength will change and corresponding energy values we are noting down. So the receiving element is pre-calibrated for wavelengths, and the deflection produced in it for a wavelength indicates that the radiant energy incident corresponding to that wavelength. The experiment is repeated for different temperatures. So you can see the kind of graph which you will get. So here basically we are changing wavelength and we are noting down the corresponding values of energy density. And the graph, it is like this. So with increase in wavelength, the energy increases, and then it reaches maximum and then it decreases. This is for temperature T1, that is for the lower temperature. What happens when we increase the temperature? Suppose T2 is more than T1, then we get a similar graph for that, but check the maximum. The maximum has shifted to lower wavelength side. So as we increase the temperature, the nature of the graph will remain same, only the difference is the lambda maximum, it shifts to lower wavelength side. So these are the conclusions from graph. For a given temperature, energy versus lambda graph is a continuous graph. The intensity of all wavelengths is not same. The intensity rises at first as lambda increases, becomes maximum at a certain value lambda m, and then decreases again. If the temperature of the black body is increased, the intensity increases for all wavelengths, but the maximum shifts towards lower wavelength side. Thank you.